our use of fire is typically just for ecological purposes, just to help the ecological restoration of this land. And in the last 100 to 200 years, we've really kept fire to a minimum. We put out a lot of fires, so we've literally had to come back and start our own fires using something called prescribed fire to reestablish fire as a tool in these ecosystems to keep these ecosystems as they've always been out here, functioning grasslands and savanna. The day of the burn, we will take advantage of the winds to use backing fires to build black, like you see here, all along the edges before we take advantage of the wind with the head fire to push the fire into the unit. So we'll have a lot of this black where basically all the fuel has been consumed on the three edges of the fire before we ever start the head fire. So the fire literally puts itself out. We use very, very little water on these operations. The prescribed fire we're looking at today is about 150 acres on an Onion Creek management unit. We would have done 300, but we did have golden cheek warblers in another area that we saw earlier in the year. So to be protective of them, we held off doing the whole burn to wait until the golden cheek warbler season was past. Otherwise, we expect in the coming spring to have a great collection of wildflowers and more native grasses and more native wildflowers out here. We expect this land to function as it's always functioned, yielding that high quality water that can make its way to Barton Springs from here in as little as 3 days. So we have a really tight connection between this land, 20 miles from Barton Springs, and the aquifer that feeds it.